In the following video, a woman named Kalia opens up about something that has been unsettling her for years. Her 7-year-old daughter claims she sees things no one else can. According to Kalia, it all began when her daughter was just 3 years old. She would point at corners of the road, wave at empty hallways, and describe people walking through their home that no one else could see. Sometimes she mentioned the lady with the blue dress, other times the tall man who stands by the kitchen door at night. Now, her daughter insists she sees Kalia's father, who passed away long before the child was born, moving around their house like he never left. One day, while homesick from school, the little girl made another unsettling statement. Watch.
Who's the man in the picture?
Why? Did you see him?
Yeah, but I saw him upstairs.
You what?
I saw him upstairs.
What was he doing?
Standing here?
He was standing there?
Uh-huh.
He ain't saying nothing to you?
Uh-huh.
Did he scare you? Was you scared?
No.
That's right. You don't need to be scared because that's your pap. Maybe he just came to see you. He didn't scare you when you seen him upstairs?
Uh-huh. So
Where's he at? He's in heaven.
Oh.
He's in heaven. He died when Mommy was little.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in heaven. Yeah.
That's why he died. Why he dying from?
Yeah, he was in a car accident.
Car accident?
Did you see him last night or this morning? When did you see him?
I see him in upstairs.
You see the man upstairs when? Last night?
Uh-huh. And he's in heaven.
But you seen him last night.
Yeah, I've seen him last night. So he's dead?
Yeah.
So in your belly.
Okay.
The comment section exploded when she said those final words. In your belly. Some believe she was sensing a pregnancy, possibly even a reincarnation of Kalia's father. Others urged her to look into her family history because children with this kind of sight often inherit it. When Kalia finally did, everything clicked into place. She discovered that her grandmother was born with a veil over her face, a sign many believe marks a child with spiritual sight. Her grandmother reportedly always knew when someone was about to pass, saying she could see angels hovering above their homes in the days before it happened. And now, her own daughter seems to be showing the same signs, a connection across 3 generations, one that both fascinates and terrifies Kalia. But until Kay gives more updates, this one remains completely unsolved. Now, in this next clip, Kyle's crawlspace wakes him up yet again in the middle of the night. He'd been hearing strange noises coming from underneath the house for weeks, but this time it was loud enough to pull him out of bed. When he stepped outside to check, he captured this on camera.
Jesus Christ. I'm opening it. No, just go inside, I'm opening it. I'm doing it. Jesus Christ. All right, fucking, holy shit. Come on. Can't get this damn thing open. What the oh shit. Jesus. What the
Look closely. A figure was captured, and according to Kyle, things only got worse after that night. Some people say crawl spaces are hotspots for paranormal activity because of stagnant air, trapped energy, and the forgotten things previous tenants leave behind. Others say renters often seal a crawl space the moment they discover one, covering vents, locking access panels, or even placing salt barriers, just to stop whatever might be hiding underneath from wandering into the main house. But whatever was living under Kyle's home, it didn't seem interested in staying hidden anymore. In this next video, a guy living alone with his cat has been dealing with strange activity around his home. Small things going missing, doors clicking shut on their own, and that uneasy feeling of movement in the room when he's completely still. This time, he finally managed to catch one of those moments on camera. Now, there are two major perspectives people argue about when it comes to clips like this. On one hand, many believe that if something truly paranormal is in the room, the cat would sense it first. They pick up on shifts in air, sound frequencies humans can't hear, and changes in energy. Cats staring at corners, following something invisible with their eyes, or suddenly puffing up are usually taken as signs that something is there. But on the other hand, there's an entire group that argues the opposite. Cats don't always react, especially if the presence is familiar, subtle, or something they've already gotten used to. Some say pets coexist with unseen things in ways humans can't understand, and silence from a cat doesn't always mean nothing is happening. So what do you think? If there really was something in that house, would the cat have reacted? Or is this one of those rare moments where the human caught something the animal didn't? Now, in this next clip, things take a far stranger turn. Lauren Lowe, an animal lover and a mom, was cleaning her daughter's room in broad daylight when she suddenly heard this.
I'm in my daughter's room, and I just heard tapping. Hold on. Like, it sounded like it came from right up here. And there's nothing right above. There's nothing above. There's no floor right above this room. Hold on. Hold on, let me turn my light so you can see it better. Hold on. Hold on. there's nothing. It's just my daughter's closet. There's nothing in there. That was so weird. I hope you guys heard that. I fucking keep seeing weird shit. That was weird. I hope you guys heard that tapping. Okay. Weird.
And here's what makes that sound so unsettling. This house has no attic and no basement. So what's causing the noise? But that was only the beginning. A few nights later, around 10 p.m., her dog started acting strange, growling, pacing, staring at the door like something was standing right behind it. So Lauren opened the door. Take a look.
What is it? Is there something there? Let's see here. What the f is that noise? Come on. Go on, Teddy. Go. What was that? What was that? What was that? Come here, Teddy. Oh my God, what was that noise?
If you watch closely, a figure slips through the kitchen area right behind the lampstand. And with everything she's been experiencing in this house, she's becoming convinced there's someone, or something, living in her home that shouldn't be there. So she finally decided to set up a camera, but while she was trying to set it up, this happened.
Okay, I'm finally gonna go put the camera in because we obviously heard some really weird, strange noises last night. We heard a loud bang. That was Teddy. That was Teddy running up the stairs. You can see him. He's going upstairs with me. Okay. All right. So we're putting this camera inside this room today, which is where I saw the hoof prints, which are still there. As you can see, those hoof prints are there. Everybody wants to say that that is furniture indentions. It's not. Okay, so I'm gonna set the camera right here, facing, maybe right here, facing out. Okay. Oh my God. Jeff? Was that you? What? The door just slammed behind me. Was that you?
Am I upstairs?
Okay, I'm coming back. I'm coming back down. I'm coming back down. I'm coming back down. Yes, the door just slammed on me.
Prints appearing on the carpet tapping sounds, figures moving through the background, and now the door closing on its own. The activity is escalating fast, and what scares Lauren the most is that her husband isn't bothered at all. He's lived with lions and tigers, so a random footprint on the carpet doesn't even bother him. But let's see how long that confidence lasts, because when things get intense, it's hard to ignore. So what do you think is in their house? A spirit, a trespasser, or something else entirely? This next clip was captured by a home camera, and the wife, Annalisa, is completely shaken by what she found. Have a look. In the first recording, it almost looks like a figure casually walking. Then, in the second clip, a voice whispers, "Eric." And this happens barely 2 minutes after her husband, Eric, left for work. People often say that when you hear your name, especially when you're alone, it can mean a few different things. Some believe it's a spirit trying to get your attention. Others say it's a form of mimicry, the kind associated with entities that repeat familiar voices to draw people in. And then there's the psychological angle, that your mind sometimes fills silence with something it expects to hear, but that doesn't quite explain a voice captured on camera. So what do you think this is? A coincidence, a call, or something that knows Eric's name a little too well? In this next video, a mother named Monique put together a compilation of the strange things that have been happening inside her home. And the weirdest part? There's a pattern. Every single incident seems to involve only her baby's belongings. Nothing else in the house ever moves, shifts, or falls. Just the baby's things. And for some reason, Monique is convinced it's her grandmother trying to make her presence known. Watch this. At first glance, your mind might jump straight to gravity or maybe vibrations from someone walking, but once you see the baby's bouncy chair start moving and the piano move, that explanation becomes harder and harder to hold on to. But here's why Monique believes it's her grandmother. Before she passed, her grandmother was obsessed with the idea of protecting every new baby born into the family. She'd always say they arrived with angels still holding on to them. She also used to buy musical toys for every grandchild, saying music kept children safe. And the day Monique brought her baby home, she swears she felt her grandmother's perfume, the exact scent, near the crib. So now, seeing only the baby's toys activate quietly, gently, almost like someone playing with the child from the other side, she can't help but feel it's her grandmother checking in. But if it's not her grandma or a friendly spirit, many people have already advised Monique to sage the house, open every window, and let whatever energy is inside leave. But will this really help or make the situation worse? I'll leave it to you to decide. Now, in this next clip, The popular ghost hunter Ian continues his late-night exploration deep in the Minnesota woods, heading straight for an isolated cemetery locals whisper about endlessly. It's a place people avoid after dark, and at the center of it sits something even darker. A grave the town calls the Glowing Grave. From the previous clip we posted, the fence surrounding the grave rattled on its own. But instead of leaving, Ian pushed deeper. He wanted answers. He wanted to know who or what was trying to get his attention. So he attempted to communicate with whatever spirit was tied to that grave.
Let's say, Nanny? Is your name Nanny? Whoa. Okay. I take that as a yes. Thank you. I take it you're a female. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Does that say what I think it says? 5 years old? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That is so tragic. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you come off so playful. My name is Ian, and I'd just like to be your friend. Is there anybody else that's buried here? Whoa, I just heard your voice. Could you say it once more? Dude, oh my God, I just heard you again.
Moments later, Ian discovered that there weren't just one, but two spirits said to haunt this burial spot. Nanny Bickle, who passed away at age 5, and Ida Bickle, who passed at 7. Curious and uneasy, he pulled out his camera to take a picture, and that's when everything became real.
So much awesome activity over here. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God, those are moving. Would you like your picture taken? Pose for the photo. Could you smile? All right, I'm gonna count to 3, okay? And I want you to pose for this photo. 1, 2, 3.
If you look closely at this photo, two misty figures appear to be standing at the grave. Two small hazy silhouettes shaped like little girls, both staring directly into the camera from the darkness. Their outlines look almost like children caught between worlds, watching Ian as if they'd been waiting for someone to finally see them. For Ian, this was the proof he needed, that he wasn't alone out there. In the following video, two friends experienced what might have been the scariest day of their lives, when one of them suddenly ran into the room, panicked, claiming she saw someone inside the house. Watch this.
Of the kitchen, like
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Great. His light is on.
And the freaking, I literally saw.
No, Gracie, his light's on.
Yes.
I turned it off.
No. I can't. I literally can't. Call the cops. That's serious. Like, that's how serious I am.
And the light is on, and so swear on everything. That big light's on. No, the light, like one of the lights is on. I don't remember which one. And then I came in here because I got scared. Did you? They're gonna break the door. Did you not see that shadow? Yes. You saw it too. Saw my trip. We're right here. We're right here. Please. Close. Okay. No, I'm really scared, Gracie. Help me. It's still locked. Just go run. Gracie. Stop. Don't do that. I'm not going to. I will stay with Abby or someone. Where's that?
From the way the video ends, with the cops yelling "hands up," the idea that someone might have actually been there is terrifying. But here's the strangest part. No one knows how that night ended because the girls never posted a follow-up. So for now, what really happened inside that house still remains a mystery. This next clip is body cam footage released after a woman called the cops, convinced someone was inside her home. Have a look.
Anyone inside? I'm gonna check downstairs, you get upstairs. Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known. Downstairs, clear. Upstairs clear? Yeah, we're good.
After searching every room, closet, and hallway, the officers found no trace of an intruder, no open windows, no footprints. But for the homeowner, that made things even worse. She says this wasn't the first time something like this had happened. According to her, it started with doors unlocking on their own, faint footsteps in the hallway, and lights turning on at odd hours of the night. Now, after watching the body cam footage back, she's starting to believe it's not a person at all, but something else entirely. Some viewers think it could be a residual haunting. Others believe she might have unknowingly brought something into the house, maybe from an antique or a secondhand piece of furniture. But what do you think? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Now, in this next clip, a man captures a terrifying incident at his place of work that still keeps him up at night. Watch this.
Compañeros, hago este video porque estaba escuchando ruidos aquí atrás. Son las 3:25 de la mañana. No veo nada. Miren. Miren. Miren eso. Se acaba de caer. Se está moviendo esto. No veo nada. No hay nadie por acá. Espérate. A la vida. Miren, se movió esto. Ahorita que venía caminando por acá. No veo a nadie. Miren. 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 Miren cómo se mueve eso. Para que vean que no hay nadie aquí.
From the look of things, this seems to be inside a hospital, and with all the strange things people claim to experience in hospitals, it's hard to ignore this. A few nights later, he caught what looked like a shadow crossing behind a patient room, a room that had been empty for over a week. And then there's the elevator incident. He was on the ground floor alone when the elevator suddenly opened by itself, and the monitor showed it had come down from the morgue level, even though no one had called it. What makes it creepier is that staff who work the night shift have also reported hearing the intercom turn on randomly with faint breathing sounds and doors to storage rooms opening by themselves. Some believe hospitals are places where spirits linger, tied to moments of suffering or confusion before death. Others think he's dealing with an intelligent haunting, maybe even the spirit of a former patient who refuses to move on. Whatever the case, he says the activity has grown stronger over time, almost as if it's aware that he's been recording it. And the scariest part? He's now started hearing his own name being whispered when the halls go silent. Whatever's inside that hospital doesn't seem ready to leave. In this next video, a woman reaches for her camera after she starts hearing strange sounds coming from her living room. She said it had been happening for weeks. Faint footsteps, quiet knocks, and sometimes the sound of furniture shifting when no one was there. But her friends didn't believe her, so this time she decided to film it. Listen closely.
Saying I'm schizophrenic. Do you hear that? Lord, save me. What? I'm the only one here, bitch.
She's now convinced her house is haunted. But with everything she's experienced, she insists that since no harm has come to her, she can live with it. Some people in the comments agreed, saying maybe it's a harmless spirit, one that's simply attached to the home or to her energy. But others weren't so sure. They pointed out how the activity seemed to happen mostly when she was alone, suggesting something darker, an intelligent presence that responds to her awareness. One viewer even mentioned that ignoring such activity might only make it worse, like giving it permission to stay. So what does she do now? For the moment, she says she's sticking to her gut and staying in the house. She doesn't feel unsafe, and as long as the activity remains harmless, she's willing to coexist with whatever or whoever is causing it. Still, it's hard not to wonder, will things stay peaceful, or could this be just the beginning of something more sinister? Only time will tell. This next clip was recorded inside the elevator of a mansion that's no stranger to strange events. 5 years before this footage was captured, a lifeless body was discovered on the 4th floor, and ever since then, nothing about this building has been normal. Residents began complaining that the elevator would stop on the 4th floor at random, even when no one pressed the button. Some said they saw a figure waiting just outside the doors, a pale woman standing still in the hallway doing absolutely nothing. One day, this was captured on camera. Watch. Now, looking at this footage, it's hard not to wonder, who exactly is he greeting? He nods almost politely, like he met someone in the elevator, but it was completely empty. There were also rumors about how the elevator behaved on the 4th floor. Over time, the complaints became more specific. People claimed the elevator doors would open on their own, or that they'd hear footsteps pacing on the 4th floor long after midnight. The management company tried everything: maintenance checks, security patrols, even replacing the elevator panel. But the reports didn't stop. Instead, they spread. First, the 4th floor residents moved out. Then those on the 3rd and 5th floors followed. Soon, the entire building started emptying, and the few who stayed said the activity got even worse once most people left. But after this video was shared online, it sparked a strange debate. Can spirits press buttons? Maintenance records show the elevator was inspected just 2 days before this footage was taken, and found to be in perfect condition. Watch. So if no one pressed the button and there was no malfunction, what exactly made the elevator stop on the 4th floor that night? Now, we've posted a clip from this guy before, and if you remember, he's the one who decided to start documenting the strange things happening in the house he shares with 2 roommates and his cat. It all began in the summer of 2023, when a door suddenly slammed into him for no reason. Since then, the activity hasn't stopped, especially in the kitchen. He's heard banging, clattering, and the sound of cabinets opening when no one's home. So this time, he decided to try something different. He set up 2 phones, one inside the kitchen, one outside facing the kitchen door, locked up the house, turned off the heating to prevent airflow, and went out for a walk with his roommates, leaving everything perfectly still. Watch this. So far, no one's been able to give him a convincing explanation on how that door moved when no one was there. This next clip was recorded by a man the moment he got close to his apartment and felt like something wasn't right. He said he saw something, so he pulled out his phone and started recording. Take a look. If you watch closely, you'll notice a faint white shadow. A few viewers pointed out that spirits are often drawn to people with heightened anxiety or fear, almost as if his unease triggered the encounter in the first place. But others think this was a warning, that whatever's in that area doesn't want him there. So what do you think he saw that night? A trick of the light or something much darker waiting for him to come back? You decide. The following clip was recorded by Melhia Davis, a woman who is fully convinced that her house is haunted. For months, she's been dealing with things she just can't explain. Faint footsteps in the hallway long after everyone is asleep, doors clicking open in the early hours of the morning, and the feeling of being watched whenever she walks past her kids' rooms. One night, after putting her children to bed, this happened. Watch. First, she heard strange sounds coming from down the hallway. When she went to trace the noise, she saw the white door slowly closing on its own. Not long after, scratching sounds began coming from the walls, and before she could even process that, her TV suddenly turned itself on, without anyone touching the remote. She's burned camphor, she's tried cleansing her space with Palo Santo, and she's done everything people recommended to keep the energy calm. But nothing seems to be changing. Now, for the sake of her children, leaving is starting to feel like the only option left. Yet, many viewers insist that since nothing harmful has happened, the spirit might simply be seeking attention or trying to communicate. But is it really worth waiting until something does happen? What exactly do you think she's dealing with, and is moving out the right call or a rash decision? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In the following clip, a woman who has been dealing with what she believes is a mimic decided to sage her home, and for a while everything went quiet. No strange voices, no footsteps, no movement in the corners, just silence. Until one night, this happened. Watch this.
So she's back. The last time I made this video, people were saying that it's my double reflection. But I'm just gonna put up my hand here. Yeah, the sage has worn off.
Aside from the mimic-like reflection in the window, viewers pointed out something even more disturbing. Another figure lurking in the darkness. When she realized this, it added an entirely new mystery to her situation. She also mentioned something most people found chilling. Whenever she turns around, nothing is there. She only ever sees the mimic through window reflections, never directly. Some think that means this thing is tied to reflective surfaces, almost like it can only reveal itself when she isn't looking at it head on. Others believe it's intentionally avoiding being seen, which could mean it's growing more aware or more dangerous. But the detail that caused the biggest debate? The fact that she saged the house. Many viewers believe that if she was dealing with a mimic, saging may have been a mistake. Not because sage is bad, but because some entities don't flee from cleansing. They get agitated by it. A few even suggested that sage might have pushed the mimic deeper into hiding, making it harder to track and possibly attracting something else in the process. But I'll leave that part to you. Was saging the house helpful, or did it make things worse? In this next clip, an explorer visits the former home of a woman named Rebecca, a place many locals believe is still haunted by her spirit. Have a look.
No. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. All right.
When you knock on a door and it opens by itself, especially in a house with a history like this, there are a few unsettling possibilities. Some believe that in the paranormal world, a door opening on its own can be a form of invitation, a spirit responding to your presence, acknowledging that it heard you. Others say it's a sign of residual activity, where the house is replaying something Rebecca used to do in life, almost like an echo of her routine. But the interpretation that creeped people out the most is the idea of intelligent interaction, meaning the spirit isn't just present, but aware. If the door opened right after he knocked, some think Rebecca might be answering the door the same way she would have when she was alive, only now she's doing it from the other side. So was this a simple coincidence, a residual replay, or Rebecca herself responding? You decide. Now, in this next video, a woman named Kyla, who has talked before about hearing strange things around her home, like faint footsteps on her porch at night, whispers outside her bedroom window, and soft knocks on her walls with no one there, experienced something even more unsettling. This time, she was outside, and her doorbell camera caught what appears to be a ghostly voice. Listen closely.
Inside, here we go. Here we go.
I'm not worried. He's gonna grab his keys and you're gonna have to leave me.
What the fuck was that?
An unknown entity clearly says, "Hey, hey, hey." When a spirit communicates only through voice but never shows itself physically, many believe it could mean a few things. Some say it's the sign of a disembodied spirit, one that hasn't fully manifested but is still strong enough to interact with sound. Others think it could be a mimic trying to lure attention, using a friendly tone so the person lowers their guard. And in some cases, a voice without a form is said to be the start of a progression, where the activity slowly builds over time, eventually becoming louder, more frequent, and even more personal. If this is the beginning stage, what comes later could be anything from full apparitions to objects moving on their own, depending on the intention of whatever is trying to communicate with her. For now, all we know is, something spoke, and it wasn't human. Now, experiencing a mimic for the first time can be overwhelming in a way you can't quite prepare for. Hearing a voice that sounds exactly like you echoing through your own home, especially when you know you're completely alone, isn't just confusing, it hits you with a kind of fear that goes straight to your spine. It feels wrong on every level, like reality is glitching. That's exactly what happened to the man in this clip, and he still hasn't recovered from the shock. He also has no idea how to make sure it never happens again. Take a look.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I told you. Come here.
But here's the big question. What do you do when you hear your own voice in your house? Some people insist the first step is setting boundaries out loud, telling whatever is there that it is not allowed to mimic you. Others swear by protection practices like cleansing with smoke, salt barriers at doorways, or placing mirrors facing outward to bounce back unwanted energy. Then there's the other side of the debate. Some believe that confronting or acknowledging a mimic only makes it stronger, since mimics are known for feeding off attention and fear. Sadly, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, I don't know what you're doing. You can literally hear that. You can literally hear that. No. What the fuck? Oh my god. No.
According to some of his friends, the safest thing to do is to ignore it completely, act like you didn't hear a thing, and avoid giving it any emotional reaction. But a few insist that mimics are a sign of a deeper energy imbalance in the home, something that may require a medium, a cleansing ritual, or even relocating if the activity escalates, but like other videos, I'll let you be the judge of this one. Now in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his exploration through one of Nebraska's most haunted places, the Argo Hotel. This time, he decided it was finally time to check out room 1, the only room he hadn't stepped into yet. He sounded casual, even a little curious, but there was a slight hesitation in his voice, the kind that slips out when you're not entirely sure what you're about to walk into. At first glance, the room looks surprisingly normal, neat, quiet, almost welcoming. Definitely not what he expected from the creepiest room guests kept warning him about. But then, out of nowhere, this happened. Watch.
My voice. Could you? Whoa. No way. Oh god, oh god. That thing is freaking moving. I mean, it is windy outside, but still, that's like really moving. Is this your jewelry? It's very beautiful. Could you move it again? I'm just trying to think of any rational explanation, but I've got nothing. I can't think of anything. Like I said, it is really windy outside. I can literally hear it whistling out there. But none of it's getting into here, so... I mean, I would be feeling that, like, especially if it's moving that much. Like, you would feel that gusto when you'd hear it. Whoever moved that necklace, could you tell me your name? Getting a little freaked out now. Something else just moved. And it's always got to be behind me. Why does it always have to be freaking behind me? It freaks me out. What the heck got moved? I'm not even sure. I smell something floral. It smells like perfume. I mean, it could be coming from this. I don't really smell it from there, though. It's like coming from somewhere else. Ma'am, is that your perfume I'm smelling? I'm not alone. This room. I am not alone. I came from over in here now. It sounded like the bed. The bed moving. Holy shit. Nope. I'm done. I'm done.
Room 1 is rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a woman. A presence guests claim loves to brush against people while they sleep, as if checking whether they're awake. Some even said they felt a hand on their arm or shoulder in the middle of the night. After Ian finally calmed his nerves and worked up the courage to go back inside, something else happened.
Literally had to reach from underneath here and pull this. That takes a lot of force. Was that you who just undid this bedding? If so, I'm gonna dare you to pull the blankets off the rest of the way. Could you do that for me? Oh no. Oh no. What the hell is that now? There's freaking water. Water running in there. What the hell is that? Is that the freaking bathtub? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this room. I'm ready to be out.
And that moment was enough for him. No more theories, no more doubt. To Ian, this was absolute proof that the Argo Hotel is haunted. For more haunting videos, including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, Mosh explains that he believes he's been stalked by something dangerous. Over the past few weeks, he's mentioned waking up to footsteps pacing outside his bedroom door, shadows slipping past his hallway even when all the lights are off, and his unplugged TV flickering to life in the middle of the night. He's also talked about hearing low whispers, words he can't make out. Coming from corners of the house, he refuses to enter alone anymore. But one morning around 5 a.m., things escalated. Watch.
There's nobody here. It's just me and I'm shaking so hard because I just came down the stairs to make coffee, and I was doing that, and then I turned around and I saw something, and then I came over to look, and I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Like you know when you hear the stairs coming and you know which way somebody's coming, up or down. You can tell which way somebody's coming. So I heard somebody coming down the stairs, and it's 5 in the morning, so it's not my dad or my mom. They're not here. They're just sleeping. I heard whispering. I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Oh my god. Okay. Hi, cat. Hi. Hey, beautiful. You scared the crap out of me. I thought you were something different. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my god. It didn't sound like you were coming downstairs though. It sounded heavy. Why are you down here so early?
Whatever this was didn't just feel random to him. It felt intentional, like something had been creeping closer and finally decided to make itself known. Now, with everything he's been experiencing, people advised him to do an egg cleanse. In the paranormal world, an egg cleanse is believed to pull out negative energy or spiritual attachments, almost like wiping off something clinging to your aura. If the egg cracks strangely, turns cloudy, or shows dark shapes inside after the cleanse, many believe it's a sign that something unwanted was attached to you. And for someone living in Appalachia, where folklore, spirits, and strange encounters are practically part of everyday life, viewers weren't exactly surprised. They've heard enough stories from the mountains to know when something starts following you out there, you pay attention. In this next clip, a group of explorers went to visit Selma Mansion in Norristown, a place steeped in dark history and ghost stories. Legend has it that during the Victorian era, the mother of the Knox family and several of her children died in that very mansion. Since then, visitors have reported strange, mischievous activity. cabinet doors slamming open and shut on the 3rd floor, and shadowy figures glimpse deep in the basement. People whisper that the spirits of the Knox children are still playing their old games. So when the explorers arrived, they didn't waste time. They set up a spirit box session, hoping to communicate with whatever might still linger in the walls. But things didn't stay calm for long. Watch this.
So did you write this story? No.
Are you the one slamming the gate?
Yeah. Turn my toy back on, please. No. You hate it?
No, it doesn't say notice me or something.
You not like the flashing lights?
As they tried to pick up responses, something unmistakably out of place moved. One of the team said the air felt thick, like a weight pressing down on them, making every breath feel heavy. Now the question is this solid proof that the rumors about the Knox children haunt the mansion, or is there a different explanation we're missing? Now, in this next video, a man captures something he's certain isn't normal. He was sitting on the couch watching TV like any other night when he suddenly heard a soft jingle. The zipper on his wife's handbag, the same bag that had been sitting untouched for hours. No one walked past it, no one brushed against it, nothing. Just a sudden metallic rattle in a perfectly still room. Curious and a little uneasy, he got up to check what was going on. But the moment he moved closer, this happened. How do you explain something that hasn't been touched for hours suddenly shifting on its own? No breeze, no pets. Normally, he and his wife might have shrugged it off. But recently, too many strange things have been happening in that house for them to ignore. Just 2 nights earlier, the wife said she saw a shadow walk past the doorway, even though her husband was asleep beside her. So when the bag moved on its own, it didn't feel random. It felt like part of a pattern, something building and getting bolder. Paranormal or not, one thing is clear. Something in that house is trying to make itself known. In this next video, a man was in his room watching a movie when he suddenly realized something strange was happening in his bathroom. And to this day, he still has no idea what he walked into. Take a look.
Oh shit. Guys, I'm here watching the Polar Express movie, my favorite movie, and something is screaming from the bathroom. Or towards that area. I heard something from over here. Shit. Shit. Who's in here? If you're in here, come on out. Come on out, I said. Come on out now. Something died. Something stinks. If you're in the bathroom, come on out. Come on out. Oh shit. Come on out now. Come on out. Ah shit. Oh shit. Hey. Who's in the bathroom now? Oh shit. Oh shit, it's nobody. Oh shit. I just saw something. I'm getting the out of here. Stay the I'm fucking.
The very first thing that hit him when he opened the door was the smell. Sharp, sour, and overwhelming. A sudden bad odor appearing out of nowhere is almost never a good sign, especially in paranormal circles. Many believe that foul smells can signal a spirit trying to manifest, or something darker trying to draw attention to itself. But what really unsettled viewers was something he hadn't even considered at first. He had 2 mirrors facing each other. For a lot of people who study or follow the paranormal, that setup is a big red flag. 2 mirrors facing each other are believed to create an infinite reflection, a kind of open tunnel or energy loop that some say can invite activity or amplify whatever is already present in the home. So when you combine all of this, the sudden foul smell, the strange disturbance in the bathroom, and the mirror-to-mirror setup, whatever he walked into wasn't random. But as always, I'll leave you to be the judge. The following video was recorded by a man who has never been able to stay in one apartment for long. Every time he settles somewhere new, things start out normal, until a few months pass. Then the same pattern begins. Unexplainable noises, objects shifting on their own, and that unnerving feeling of being watched. And in this new house, the activity has already started. Only this time, each encounter seems worse than the last. One night, just as he was about to go to bed, he heard someone banging on his door. Watch closely.
Right, banging again. It's like something on the stairs. You can't hear it though, I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like the what the There might be pipes in floorboard. So every time I look, there's nothing there, though. On the stairs, quick. Nothing there. I need to tell him shit. Turn the water up. Freaking myself out.
If you look carefully, you'll notice a dark figure in a hoodie just standing there, watching him. But here's the real question. Could watching be the only thing this figure can do? Because the idea that someone is quietly observing you inside your own home is already disturbing. The kind of fear that sticks with you, makes you double check your locks, keeps you awake at night, wondering what you didn't hear or didn't see. But with cases like this, it's almost never a one-time thing. Watch this.
There's something banging then. Something was banging. I'm talking to myself. Something was just banging. Like, on my stairs. Dusty as I'm being a Is that a nip as well? What's that? There's something there. What the freaking myself out, man. Calm down. What the was that?
What the f? What the f?
Whatever is in this house, it's getting bolder. And to make matters worse, viewers have pointed out that his videos show a crazy amount of orbs. So what do you think he's actually dealing with here? Is this man simply unlucky with every home he chooses? Or is something following him from place to place? You decide. Now, in this next video, a ghost hunter named Donnie has been dealing with a sudden spike in activity inside his home, and it's all happened within the past 3 weeks. According to him, whatever is going on didn't start randomly. He believes something followed him home after an EVP session, and every day since, the activity has been getting stronger. One morning, he woke up to the sound of someone running down his stairs, fast, loud, and heavy, but here's the part that chilled him. He was completely alone. He grabbed his phone and started recording. Take a look.
Oh, what the? Off. Straight off. Who's here? Who's here? Me. Did you see that? That should not be good. Who's going up my stairs? Hey, buddy. You okay? Who's here? Are you okay? Are you okay? Holy sh... This has got to stop. Fuck that. Two swinging lights. I don't know what the you can't be here. You have to go. I didn't tell you to come here. So I'm the only one here. Ever since this is getting way...
Objects moving on their own, cupboards swinging open, footsteps on floors where nobody should be, and sharp knocks echoing through the house. These aren't occasional events anymore, they're becoming aggressively common, but something else made him truly terrified. Watch this.
I want you at the top of the stairs. You come, come on, this is your playroom. This is our playroom, don't be scared. Come on, buddy. This is your basement. This is me and your basement. Come on. Terry, you don't gotta be scared. You come with me. Come on. Think something's down here? Come on. Come with Daddy. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You don't have to be scared. You come with me. What, someone up there? You okay? What's that look for? You look... Are you scared, buddy? You don't have to be scared. You're a good boy. You don't have to be scared. I'll pick you up. You want me to pick you up? Come here. You want to come? I'll protect you. Okay. This is his basement. You don't have... I've never seen... Why aren't you coming? Hey?
After that, he went down to the basement to try to figure out why his dog was acting that way, and that's when the situation crossed into something far more unsettling.
So, it's holy water. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. This is the stair. Holy fire. Forgive. You cannot stay here. You are not welcome. I did not invite you. Are you okay? You don't have to be scared. You stick with me, okay? What did you see? Did you see something? Holy shit. Did I not just close that? No, I left that open. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. That's... You gotta go. You were not invited here. You're not wanted here. Okay, I got you set up. You're pointing towards that. All right. The top of this scare case is where I thought I saw a shadow. And that was moving like that.
For someone who has been inside more haunted locations than most people will ever step foot in, it's easy to understand why Donnie thinks something attached itself to him and followed him home. But until we get more updates from him, this case remains an unresolved and very alarming mystery. Now in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his deep dive into one of Nebraska's most notoriously haunted locations, the Argo Hotel. This time, he headed straight into the basement, a part of the building many people refuse to enter. According to long-standing rumors, the basement is home to the spirit of a little girl who used to run and play down there, and there's also an old piano said to start playing by itself when no one is around. When Ian reached the bottom of the stairs, he began trying to communicate with whatever presence might still linger there. At first, everything was quiet, just that heavy, stale basement air. But then, this happened.
What the hell was that? Whatever it was, it sounded loud. And metal. Did you just move something in here? Oh God! Oh God! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I know exactly what that was now. It was that freaking doctor's table. Or whatever the heck that is. Oh God. I don't think I could stay down here much longer. Dude, that thing just freaking moved. All by itself. Just take deep breaths. You can get through this. Oh God. Look at that thing. It was literally up against the wall. And now look, it is way out here. In the freaking drawer. The drawer's open too. That wasn't open before. Was this one of the doctor's tables that was used in this hospital? Oh my God. All right, I'm legitimately ready to go. I don't want to be down here. That literally sounded like a little girl. A little girl's voice.
It sounded like a child's voice, and the moment Ian heard it, he froze. He couldn't shake the feeling that the stories he'd heard were no longer just rumors. Something was down there. And after this moment, Ian wasn't the only one convinced that the basement holds a spirit that never really left. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, a man who's been complaining about strange occurrences in his home, claiming it's haunted, finally managed to capture something that might prove he's not imagining things. For months, he's told his landlord about what's been happening, but no one's ever taken him seriously. No proof, no evidence, just his word. But that changed one night when he woke up to a strange sound coming from outside. His first thought? The ghost is back. So this time, he grabbed his phone, determined to catch it in the act, and stepped outside to see what was going on. Watch this.
Ôi mùi ơi, cái gì? Mất tự tôi còn chị tí ốc lên. Ôi mùi ơi. Wow, mùi lô. Ta lên bị cái tụi này mà.
After recording the video, he immediately sent it to his landlord, hoping this would finally convince them something was off. He also shared it with a few friends, and before long, it was online for everyone to see. The comments that followed were a mix of sympathy and humor. Some joked that maybe the ghost was just helping out, but others pointed out something far darker. That perhaps a former tenant once lived and died there, and what the man captured wasn't a haunting at all, but the spirit replaying fragments of its past life, doing the same things it did before it passed. If that's true, then the man's nightly disturbances might not be a haunting out to scare him, but a restless echo of someone who simply doesn't realize they're gone. Hopefully, his landlord takes him seriously this time. Now, this next clip was recorded by a CCTV camera inside a shop, and what happened in it continues to stun everyone who's seen the footage. Watch this. At first glance, it looks like a normal night, nothing unusual, but then things start moving on their own. Items shift, fall, and one object in particular floats up off the counter, hovers for a moment in midair, and then drops straight to the floor. That's the moment everyone froze. Many people who've seen this footage tried to come up with logical explanations. Some say it could have been a mild earthquake or vibration, but no one's ever seen an earthquake lift something upward and keep it suspended like that before. Whatever happened in that shop that night, it's enough to make anyone question what they thought they knew about the world around them. So what do you think? Did the camera capture something paranormal, or is there another explanation that we just haven't figured out yet? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Now, in this next video, two roommates share their increasingly creepy situation. For a while now, they've been dealing with things that go far beyond what they can explain, and most of it seems to happen inside their garage. On some days, they'd hear loud banging sounds or tools clattering on their own, as if someone was working in there late at night. On other days, the lights would flicker violently, and the sound of something dragging across the concrete would echo through the house. It used to happen randomly, maybe once or twice a week, but now it's become a daily occurrence. So they decided to install a camera to finally see what's going on. Watch this. It's one thing to wake up to strange noises and find nothing there, but what the camera caught the second time made their skin crawl. One of the chairs in the garage was suddenly launched onto a couch. The couch is just out of frame, but if you look closely, you can see the chair move violently. Considering everything they've already endured, the constant noises, flickering lights, and movement when no one's around, it's hard to brush this off as mere coincidence. In the following clip, a lady named Jess wakes up early one morning to strange, unsettling sounds coming from her attic. Take a look.
It's okay, Birdie, it's okay. Nope. Nope.
She was home alone with her two dogs. Kaiser was in the living room, and Butavius, her smaller one, was whining nervously beside her. When people online asked why she didn't go up to check, Jess had the perfect answer. In her words, that's how people get killed in horror movies. Y'all might have the courage to go look, but I don't. She explained that although she didn't necessarily feel any dark or negative energy that morning, she wasn't about to take chances either. Now, here's where things get interesting. Her attic doesn't have any windows, just a large old mirror that's been up there since she moved in, and according to Jess, people had warned her to get rid of that mirror long before anything strange even started happening. But lately, it's become almost routine. Every morning around the same time, she wakes up to banging and the sound of footsteps pacing above her. So, what do you think Jess is dealing with? Could that mirror be acting as a portal, reflecting more than just her image? Or is there something else hidden in that attic that's been trying to get her attention? You decide. In this next video, a woman is quietly breastfeeding her baby when something truly disturbing happens. Watch.
Louis? Wie naar de kamer? Als je naar dit niet was in de kamer, was er niet dat je er niet komen? Ja. Ja. Nee.
If you look closely, the yoga ball by the left side of your screen, which had been perfectly still for several minutes, suddenly starts to move. Not a gentle roll, but a slow, deliberate shift, almost as if someone or something gave it a subtle push. According to her, she felt an icy chill at that exact moment, like someone had entered the room, watching her. Some people believe what she caught on camera wasn't random movement, but a spirit trying to draw her attention, maybe even jealous or drawn to the baby. She insists the windows were closed, there was no draft, and no one else was home, so whatever moved that ball, it didn't want to be ignored. Now, in this next video, Monica Monge works after hours, meaning she's on duty when the office is completely closed on holidays and weekends. But recently, her late night shifts have taken a very disturbing turn.
Here we go again. I don't know what the hell. The lights keep going on and off. Oh. Okay. I have to go upstairs. I don't know. That sound was at the same time as the light went on. Okay, it could be an electrical thing. Doesn't have to be scary. I don't know what's happening. I'm not scared, but Okay, so I'm at my desk now and the lights went out. They were going on and off when I was downstairs. I was able to capture it one time. I'm not scared. I'm over it actually. I'm super irritated. I'm hearing shit. I hear whispering and humming. I'm about to go over there. Ugh. I'm not scared, but just super irritated. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm not scared. Okay. How do I turn the camera around? Okay. I fumbled on the phone. I'm not scared. I heard humming. I'm gonna open that closet again. I'm not afraid. Nothing can hurt me. There it is. I don't know what the heck. I had the security guard leave the light on for me in this room. And
you can clearly hear it, a soft humming, almost like a child singing a playful tune somewhere down the hall. Then a faint voice says, "What are you doing?" The flickering lights, the sudden power surges, It's enough to make anyone's skin crawl. According to Monica, she isn't the only one who's experienced this. Both security guards have also reported the same eerie humming and even voices coming from the empty cubicles. That night, after Monica left, one of the guards texted her saying a small toy pumpkin had been mysteriously moved to their station. When she was later asked if those toys were donated, she said yes. Some now believe one of those toys might carry a lingering attachment, maybe from a child who once owned it, one who never truly moved on. Others think the toys are acting as conduits, holding residual energy that wakes up when the building is quiet. But I'll let you be the judge on this one. In the following video, we meet Melody, a woman caught in a deeply unsettling situation that's been escalating fast. For weeks, she's been complaining about her back door opening on its own. Friends told her it was probably the wind, so she decided to test it by placing a heavy brick against the door. But what happened next was terrifying. By the next morning, the brick was gone, completely vanished, and the door was wide open. Later that day, she received a text message from an unknown number that read, "Stop ignoring. Is the brick still by the shed?" Moments after, her phone buzzed again with a chilling voicemail, a distorted, almost inhuman voice whispering something she couldn't fully make out. But that's not even the first strange thing that's happened. Just days earlier, this happened.
Okay, this might be nothing, but the timing is just not it. It was my birthday, right? And I got these flowers. Boom. They're dying. I know. That's not weird because it's me, okay? They die. No note. So, and I figured, you know, when it's my birthday, someone's gonna call or text me and be like, "Happy birthday, did you like my flowers?" That didn't happen. It didn't happen. So, hold on, my dogs are freaking out. Hold on. Back to the story. So today when I get home, okay, yeah, I leave a note.
If you look closely behind her, a dark, almost human-like figure seems to appear in the background for a split second before vanishing. Now, with the missing brick, the creepy text, the eerie voicemail, and the way her dogs bark uncontrollably at empty corners, Melody's beginning to feel like she's being watched. Some believe the figure could be tied to the property, maybe a previous resident or someone who once lived nearby. Others think it's something darker, possibly using electronics to communicate or mimic human behavior. And a few have even suggested the flowers left by her shed could be part of some kind of ritual offering. Whatever it is, Melody's story is growing stranger by the day, and until she shares more updates, this one remains an unnerving mystery. Now, in this next clip, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his exploration through one of Nebraska's most haunted locations, the Argo Hotel. After running out of rooms where strange, unexplainable things had already happened, Ian pushed further into the building, determined to make sense of everything he'd seen so far. But what he didn't know was that the next room would add to the mystery. Watch this.
Right there, with the bead curtains. That's the door they literally had to remove because guests were getting freaked out. Well, it seems like they're gonna have to remove this door too, on top of it. If there's anyone in here, could you show yourself? Well, I'm getting orbs. And in this photo here, they're floating around. Oh, there's like a bunch of them. Is that you I'm seeing? There's one floating over by the door, the bathroom door. Are you standing by this bathroom door here? Whoa, whoa. Those are moving. Those are moving. Oh my God. How are those moving right now? Is there some kind of like air current over here? I don't feel anything. There's no drafts. Nothing. No central air. Who's in here? Who just moved these beads? Talk to me. I'd just like to speak to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I swear to God, I just heard a freaking whisper behind me. It sounded like it came from this room. If that was you, could you say that again? Oh my God. Oh, that startled me. Holy crap. That echoed from in here now.
He calmly called out to any spirit that might be present, and then everything went completely still. No movement, no sound. That sudden, unnatural silence made him uneasy, enough that he decided to leave the room. But before stepping out, he set up a camera, hoping to capture whatever might happen once he was gone. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following clip was recorded by a guy named Jay when he and his cousins went to a cemetery. Watch this.
Imagine somebody just walks in.
It's church time. Come inside.
What you scared me?
Come on, let's go, guys. Oh, I thought that was a flower.
Where?
Are you recording?
Yes. No, yeah, I heard that.
No, but no, you heard that, right?
According to Jay, when they reviewed the video again, he swore he heard a voice that didn't sound like any of them, almost like someone singing in the background. And then came the faint squeak of what sounded like a chair shifting across the ground. That's when they realized this wasn't just their imagination, the place was different. But what do you really expect from a cemetery, especially one like this? Locals say years ago a caretaker lived on the grounds and was found dead in his small office, slumped over in his chair, and some still claim they hear it creaking late at night. Others whisper about a woman who wanders between the headstones humming lullabies, searching for the grave of the child she lost. Some even claim to have heard names being called in voices they recognize, only to turn around and find no one there. With all of those tales already surrounding this graveyard, Jay can't help but wonder if what they captured is another piece of the puzzle, or just coincidence. What do you think? This next video was captured by a woman named Ayers, who's become known online for recording the weird things that happen around her house. At first, it was small, coins spinning on end in the middle of a table with no breeze, a framed photo sliding slowly across a mantle, but over the years, the activity grew stranger and, at times, frighteningly violent. One night, a stack of plates toppled as if shoved by an invisible hand. Another time, a lamp was flung across the room and smashed against the wall. This time, whatever was in the house focused its attention on a single spot and the camera caught every second. Have a look.
There you go, see? I never saw it. I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, I don't know if you got that then, but it sounded like a bit of a growl. I'm not scared here. Guys, are you seeing that? Look at that. And it's not me, look. There's nothing there. I'm keeping it there because I don't want to get my kids' pictures on. What the fuck? Oh, Christ. Sorry, Lord. Why are you moving my flowers now? Buy your own. Wow. It looks like you've rearranged them. How bizarre. My little girl got me those, and I've had them for years. So please don't wreck them. Oh, that is messed up. That's crazy. Hello? Do you want to give me a message? Is there anything you want to tell me? Who are ya? Oh, I've got a bit of a tap. I don't know if I picked that up. If you are my father... Oh. See, this is why my head starts to go peeps, because every time I mention my dad, bad things start to happen. And it's like he's really trying to... I don't know. I just can't understand it myself. If it's you, Dad, do something again, please. It's just some plastic flowers, they're not even real. Seems to be gone now. I'll upload that, guys, and give me a comments and likes and tell me what you think. Bizarre.
Ayres admits the activity often spikes the moment she starts talking about her dad, a pattern she finds impossible to ignore. Skeptics say coincidence and camera tricks can explain a lot, but when movements become aggressive, it's harder to chalk it all up to gravity or a loose shelf. That raises a painful question she's had whispered back to her by viewers. If this is her dad trying to reach out, why would a loved one's spirit act like this? Why the anger, the sharpness of the movements, the times when it seems to be trying to get her attention rather than comfort her? The theories keep stacking. A number of viewers claim they've seen what looks like a Ouija board tucked away in a corner of one clip, a detail some say Ayres never mentioned. That possibility changes the tone. If there's been an attempted communication device in the house, maybe whatever answers came back weren't friendly. Others suggest a pendulum effect, that an invitation was made and something latched on. This is where things start to get pretty creepy. There's even older footage. Ayres posted a clip all the way back in 2014 showing the same kind of unexplained motion. That long timeline makes this harder to dismiss as a single prank or a one-off glitch. Have a look.
Is that it? I'm doing it all night, come on. Take a break. What do you want? Guys, are you seeing it? Whoa. How is that possible? Come on, it's in a jar. At least they didn't lie to me. Cheers for that. Thank you. I am shaking.
So, if objects have been moving in inexplicable, often aggressive ways in your home for years, what could that mean? It could point to a persistent haunting, a presence that's attached to the location. It could be poltergeist-like activity tied to repeated emotional turmoil in the household. Or it could mean someone opened a door spiritually long ago and whatever came through never left. But like the other clips, I'll leave you to decide. It can seem cute when kids talk about having an imaginary friend they like to spend time with, but the moment they start panicking, pointing into thin air, or acting terrified at things no one else can see, that's when the situation takes a darker turn. And that's exactly what the mother in this next clip has been facing. Watch this.
Where's Halloween?
I know.
Show me.
There.
When?
There.
Go over there and show me.
I'll hug.
Where?
There. Home. My house. Go.
What is it?
Ghost.
She explained that she didn't post the video for attention, but out of real concern, hoping for advice. According to her, it's no longer just about bedtime stories or playful chatter. The child wakes up several times in the night, screaming as if something is right there in the dark. For a parent, it's terrifying, not knowing if this is all imagination, a sign of something psychological, or something much more unexplainable. And the more it happens, the harder it becomes for her to convince herself that nothing unusual is going on. Looking back, the mother admits this isn't the first time something strange has happened. A few months earlier, she would hear faint footsteps moving through the hallway at night when everyone else was asleep. She never thought much of it until her child began pointing to that same hallway, insisting there was someone there. Now, she can't shake the feeling that she might be overlooking something much bigger, so here's the question. What would you do if you were in her place? This next clip was posted by a woman whose mother runs a small in-home daycare. One afternoon, while the kids were playing, one little boy suddenly screamed and the moment was caught on the daycare's camera. But what the family discovered when they reviewed the footage later is what turned nervous laughter into real fear. Watch this.
the cover. Maybe it'll just yeah, what was done?
It can't just be coincidence that the playhouse toppled right after the boy ran out screaming, and from the way he screamed, it's clear he saw something. That kind of scream isn't the sound of a stubbed toe or a toy gone wrong. It's the sound a child makes when something deeply instinctive tells them to run. Nobody could explain it at the time, but later the video was replayed, this time frame by frame, until someone noticed a detail almost hidden in the shadows. Watch again. Look closely at the doorway. When the footage was slowed down and zoomed, you can clearly make out a pair of pale hands gripping the doorway, then retreating back into the room right after the child lets out that piercing scream, as if whatever it was reacted to him running. Now, after seeing several comments and questions, the daycare owner's daughter posted this video.
I wanted to quickly show you exactly what it was that was scaring the little kid that my mom was watching. So pretty much, so firstly we have the house, and obviously you guys saw that it fell, but the other thing I wanted to point out was that it's pretty hefty, so it really doesn't make any sense that it would just fall on its own like that. So that's just something I wanted to point out. And this is the room. The crazy thing about this is that there was like markings at the top of the entranceway of like the doorway, and I guess in the video you can see hands gripping onto the doorway. I don't really know what to make of that. I thought at first that it was like bugs or something like that, but it looked almost like two hands like gripping on the top, like leading into this room, just like. But the main thing, and the reason that the little boy was screaming, is actually in here. We have this covered up for a reason. Apparently, the little boy told my mom that he saw a face in these mirrors. We already found someone who's going to take it off our hands and pick it up on Facebook Marketplace, but we have been keeping this room off limits.
They tried to get the boy to describe the face he saw, but he couldn't. He just screamed and would only say it was bad. To prevent this from happening again, they covered the mirror with a sheet so the other kids wouldn't be spooked and kept that room off limits while they investigated.
Sorry about the squeaking. I'm sitting on like this little, it's like a swing thing. I don't know. So my mom runs a daycare, as you probably like guessed. She's had it for a couple years now, a good while. She's pretty established with it. I wasn't home, I was out doing groceries, so I actually didn't see it in person. Okay, I came home and my mom showed me the video and I was like, oh my god. So the kids came in, everything was fine, and my mom went to go grab something from the living room. And then she heard the kids screaming and ran over, you know, just like immediately ran back. I mean, she's great at what she does, so obviously she did that. And yeah, so obviously she didn't know at the time. She really just thought like one of the kids had knocked it over, because I guess they were kind of rowdy earlier too, so she genuinely thought that they knocked it over. That's why she's like, you look at the footage, I mean, you guys saw it, like it literally just. So to me, at first when she was telling me, I was like, oh, that's kind of spooky, you know, but like I didn't really think anything of it. But then when I was like watching the video, it kind of really freaked me out. So yeah.
They tried to come up with normal explanations, maybe a camera glitch, perhaps a bug on the lens, or a doll's reflection catching the light, but many viewers disagreed. And then this next clip made people stop arguing about optics.
Holy shit. That's creepy. Do it again. Like, yeah, okay. Do it again. I'll wait. Do it again. Open the gate.
This time the child safety gate opens on its own on camera, and if you watch closely, something presses out against the sheet, like fingers pushing from the other side. The terrifying thing is, there shouldn't be another side. Under the sheet sits only a vanity mirror. There are no moving parts, no hidden compartment, nothing that should be able to press out against fabric like that. They still have no idea what was underneath the sheet, and they realized they needed to act fast for the kids' safety.
That we're gonna keep the room closed off from the kiddos for now so they can play in the rest of the space. We actually are going to go ahead and get rid of the vanity. We put it on Facebook Marketplace. Obviously we told them like, hey, like, we think that this is responsible for some weird haunting stuff. They said they were fine with it, so I don't know. This is closed off for now. So the kids are just gonna stay here and not in there anymore until we get this figured out.
The daycare owner is terrified, not just for herself, but for the parents who trust her. And she's desperately trying to figure out if this is a natural hazard, a prank that got out of hand, or something far darker. They've asked viewers for advice and haven't ruled out temporarily closing the daycare if a definitive safety risk is found. But until there's an explanation, or they post new videos, this remains a mystery. The following clip was recorded in a Colombian mall by a man who works there. Before he got the chance to record this clip, several people had approached him talking about the weird things happening in the restroom. So one day, when he and some of his colleagues were sure no one else was in the mall, they decided to go and give it a look. Watch this.
Bueno, estoy nuevamente aquí, en la puerta del baño. No hay nadie acá. No hay nadie. Y allá tampoco hay nadie. No hay nadie allá. Dios mío. Bueno, voy para adentro. La sangre de Cristo me cura. Hola, hola. Hola. Hola, hola. ¿Estás acá? ¿Dónde estás? Se prenden las luces. ¿Estás jugando con la llave? ¿Ah? ¿Estás jugando con la llave? ¿Ah? Necesito otra prueba. Necesito otra prueba. ¡Ay, marica!
As terrifying as their experience was, this wasn't even the worst of what many had reported. Some claimed that faucets would turn on by themselves, doors would slam shut even when there was no draft, and the echo of footsteps that never seemed to belong to anyone. A few even swore they saw shadows moving beneath stall doors when no one was inside. No one knows what to do about the situation, and those who know fear doing something about it and getting caught. After all, it would be hard to explain why you're sprinkling holy water, burning sage, or chanting prayers in a mall restroom, especially to a boss who doesn't believe in ghosts. This next clip was captured by a man who has been experiencing very strange things in his house for a long time, and according to him, it's gotten more annoying than scary. Have a look.
I really don't think I'm ever gonna be able to escape this shit. Listen to it. Listen to that pedaling. Jesus. I mean, this is my whole closet right here. It's my kitchen. And here we go with this shit again. I'm just gonna wait and see how long it goes. It's never not. Stop! Okay, that works. Okay, so it seems to be wanting to happen now more in the afternoon. Just to prove there's nothing there. Jesus Christ. This is the cord in question, the coax cable, and you can see here it goes directly from here down to my Wi-Fi. So I could, I guess, open it like this, but one, I would probably be in the way of the camera here since I'm standing here, but let's try and test this. Here's the door latched all the way shut. I mean, I'm pulling on that pretty hard and it doesn't come out, but if I were to do this and open it, that just kind of pulls the Wi-Fi back. So, I mean, if this cord was the thing that was pulling it, this probably would have knocked off, but I don't know. Yes, absolutely we can, because I think everyone is obsessed with this and the fact that I do not have it secured. But as you can see, this goes to my modem, and that is all. It's an old building, so in front of every apartment, they've had to drill holes and then feed these in through, you know, all this to kind of update it. But this building was built in 1932, and if you can't tell, hasn't really been updated too much since 1932. Oh. You gotta be kidding me.
This time it was his closet, swinging open on its own. Other times it's been his kitchen cabinet slamming shut in the middle of the night. He's even mentioned times when objects like his TV remote or keys disappear, only to reappear hours later in the exact same spot he swore he had already checked. At this point, he admits he's less terrified and more frustrated, because living in a house where you're constantly second-guessing whether you misplaced something or if something else is playing games with you gets exhausting. Viewers, however, had their own take on it. Some believe he might be dealing with a trickster spirit or poltergeist, something that thrives off causing chaos rather than harm. Others suggested the activity could be tied to him personally, claiming spirits sometimes attach themselves to a person instead of a place. Of course, the skeptics weighed in too, saying it's probably faulty wiring, uneven floors, or even air drafts causing the disturbances. But for those who've lived through similar unexplained chaos, they argue there's no mistaking the feeling of being toyed with by something you can't see. Now in this next clip, a lady named Brenda never lived alone before, but eventually got a place for herself. On the very first night in her new place alone, this happened.
Okay, first night in the new apartment, and Mabel has been doing this for about the last 5 minutes straight. She is watching something. And yeah, the fan is on, but there's like no shadows. Oh look, see? What is it, May? Mabel, come here. What is it? There are no bugs. ears are perked and she's watching something. See? What the heck? What the heck? Mabel. Okay, right before she came in the door, there was a light. A little ball of light that came in the door right there. What is she chasing? This is like 10 minutes straight. What the hell? She has never acted like this. What is she chasing? There are no bugs. There are no mice. Mabel, what did you go under the bed for? So... yeah, I get to sleep here tonight. Mabel! Get up here. Come here. Get up here. Lay down. So, I guess we're gonna try to sleep. I'll give you an update in the morning. Good night.
Many are of the opinion that a new place means new sounds, pipes settling, wood expanding, neighbors moving around, saying she'll get more relaxed after the newness goes away. But some people don't like to wait until something happens the second time before they take action, so she already saged and said a prayer through the whole apartment. Especially after hearing comments about the way her dog reacted, like it could hear something moving inside the wall. Some viewers think that's the clearest sign something paranormal might be going on, since animals are believed to sense things we can't. Others speculate it could be rodents or plumbing in the walls, but Brenda says she had the place inspected before moving in, and nothing unusual was found. So is Brenda dealing with a haunted apartment, or is it simply the unsettling adjustment of living alone for the first time? You decide. This next clip also has to do with how animals so often seem to know and see things we don't. A few weeks before Kevin filmed this, the house had been giving the family little nudges that something wasn't right. A bedroom light that would blink when nobody touched the switch, toys left neatly on the floor found scattered as if played with, and the faint sound of somebody pacing down the upstairs corridor. The family chalked some of it up to creaky old floors and a loose wiring issue, but the dog's behavior kept everyone uneasy. It started sleeping at the foot of the stairs, refusing to go into one hallway after dusk, and once woke the whole house by growling at an empty corner for a solid 5 minutes. On the day Kevin was home alone when this happened. Watch.
What do you hear, buddy?
A few people who slowed the footage down and bumped up the brightness insist they saw something slide past the wall where the dog was staring. Others say it's only a trick of light and compression, but the way the dog reacted before and after the moment makes it hard to dismiss. So what could be going on? And if you had to pick the next move to get rid of whatever or whoever is causing this, what would you try first? A house cleansing, or prayers, calling a medium, a structural or pest inspection to rule out a mundane cause, or just moving out altogether? I'd love to hear your thoughts. This next video comes from Ayers, who says everything went sideways after she and a friend tried a Ouija board. For anyone who doesn't know, a Ouija board is a flat board printed with letters, numbers, and words like yes and no that people use to try to communicate with spirits. Participants lightly rest their fingers on a planchette and wait for it to move. Skeptics call it ideomotor effect and harmless party trick. Believers warn it can open doors you don't want opened. Stories about Ouija sessions often include anything from sudden mood shifts and nightmares to persistent disturbances that won't leave long after the board is packed away. In other words, it can go badly if you don't know what you're doing. One night, after swearing she'd never touch one again, Ayers woke up to this. Watch.
Just seen my tape move at the side there, so I've just grabbed my iPhone to record it. It was moving.
She says she stopped using the board, but the activity only got worse. The kind of escalation people often link to a session that went wrong. That fits several common theories. Maybe the session created an attachment that ignored her intention to stop. Maybe it left a residual pattern in the house that whatever's sensitive to that energy keeps replaying. Or, the darkest possibility viewers floated, the Ouija invited something that doesn't respect boundaries and stuck around. A few nights later, she set her camera because she'd been feeling watched while waiting for a friend. Watch.
Well, that escalated quickly. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unexpected movie deaths. It goes without saying that this entire list is one giant spoiler, so...
Any spirits here?
Number 10, Carolyn Fry, Pitch Black. This flawed hero crash lands on a deserted planet with primitive criminal Riddick in tow. Clearly the protagonist we're meant to root for. Fry spends the movie keeping him and the shady monsters at bay. So we shouldn't be shocked that she bites it. But, sigh, we are. Just as she redeems herself, that sense of they're gonna escape sets in. Then, boom. Down with less than 5 minutes left. Number 9, Dick Halloran, The Shining.
How'd you like some ice cream?
A few nights later, she woke to her kitchen completely upside down, and no signs of forced entry. She rearranged everything, but left a camera in the kitchen in case it happened again. Take a look at what happened.
on, I've just heard you.
So how do we tie this together? Whatever the cause, the pattern is classic in haunted house lore. Someone experiments with a gateway, the weirdness starts, it grows more aggressive, and even stopping the ritual doesn't always stop the activity. So are these events truly linked to that one session, or is there a different explanation she hasn't found yet? I'll leave that to you.